So I wanted to do this video because I felt like it was important, and because I share my life on the internet. I don't owe anybody an explanation, but I like to be candidly transparent, because I don't personally care for content creators either that get online and you share this part, but what's going on with that? The same way I got up here and I was bold about telling y'all about me considering the abortion is the same that I'm getting up here and telling y'all that now I am going through with the pregnancy. And my reason for that, and I don't have to tell you guys that, but I like, again, candid transparency is always what I'm after, because in real life, that's what I expect from people when I communicate with them. So with that being said, I told you guys I went for the abortion twice. My blood pressure was too high. Now, again, I told you guys I don't suffer from any sort of blood pressure ailment, so I'm not really sure where all this is coming from. Outside of the fact that I thought initially it probably was coming from the stress of breaking up with him and going through the chaos towards the end of our relationship with him putting his hands on me and just all that other shit, and him not being able to take accountability for his actions. Again, I wish him all the best. This is not in any way a bash session. What I have acknowledged, though, is that, so after I went for the abortion twice, the one recommended for me to go get on blood pressure medicine, but I said, you know what, let me just make an appointment at the prenatal clinic, which I did. I went today. My blood pressure was still high. I'm not sure. I don't have high blood pressure. They were even asking, like, we're looking at your other numbers, this is not normal. So they're going to be monitoring that. I have an ultrasound on the 10th, and the ultrasound is for viability reasons, to see how far I am, because I'm not sure. I could be 3 months, I could be 4 months, I could be 2.5 months. So I'm not exactly sure how far along I am. So they're going to do that ultrasound. Naturally, I'll take you guys on that ultrasound with me so you can see what's going on. I do not normally document my pregnancies because I do believe in evil eye. I believe in all those things, but I also believe in God. And so for some reason, I'm supposed to document this pregnancy with you guys. I'm supposed to share it. So here it is. And you guys can follow the rest, and the updated and the more in-depth, extensive videos will be on my YouTube channel, which is Breathe the Experience. The same handle as across all my social media platforms. But any mother going back and forth, just remember that you take care of your kids. Nobody helps me do that. I do that on my own. I don't nobody helps me do that. I've accepted that with this baby, that I'm going to be a single mother. Nas has whatever he's got going on, and that's between him and whatever. Like I've already said, I don't know if he thinks that after this is all said and done and he's done what he's done, that I'm going to be just here with open arms, because that's not the case. I've accepted that I'm going to be a single mother. I've accepted that I'm going to raise this baby on my own. I see what the demographic is. I already accepted that. And these are all conversations that I had to weather and go through with God, with myself, in private hours. So these are all things that are well thought out, whatever. Clearly there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? Like, whose blood pressure keeps being that high? But also, do I acknowledge that during my pregnancy, that there are things like preeclampsia and things like that? They did mention that to me there at my appointment. It was my intake, that I am a little bit concerned about. But I will iron out those kinks as I go. And I trust God. Did I necessarily want a baby right now? No. I had a miscarriage back in March. And the way that I weeped about that, it was just kind of like, so you gonna go throw this baby in the garbage, and you weeped about that. And that came to me after, because I was really hell-bent on terminating this pregnancy. I just really did not want to have any sort of, the words that I'm looking for, connections or ties to this particular man, because I don't particularly care for him. I don't particularly... I know that I know, because I'm a realist, that nothing will change with him unless he gets therapy. And he's in an environment around a whole bunch of people who do not require him to get the therapy that he needs so that he can change. So I don't expect that. But I hope everybody has a good day. I love you guys. And my content is going to be about me and my children and my new baby. And that's that. I don't, whatever he's got going on, he got going on. They don't say shit to me, I won't say shit to them.